Hi everyone, this is Matt. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to cover AI detection systems with you. I'm going to review 15 of them and they are all for free. And we will start with AI detection systems that I'm not so sure about. And then we will finish with those that I would definitely recommend that seem to be working. But the very first thing I want to show you is the test that we're going to use. So this is about 700 words, and the text in red was generated by ChatGPT. I simply asked ChatGPT to write a 500-word essay on DNA-RNA hybrids, and then I copied some text from my PhD thesis. So essentially, 80% of that text is generated by AI, and this is what I used. So the first software I used was Undetectable AI. It does tell me that the content, that AI content was detected, but it doesn't show me, it doesn't highlight what was written by AI. So this is no good. Then I used Scribr. Scribr says that 0% of the content was generated by AI. No good. Then I used GPT-2 output detector demo. And again, 0% was written by AI, so no. Then I'm still waiting for an email back from CrossBlack, actually a couple of emails. So this is a no. Then I used Writer.com. So this is another AI content detector, but it told me 100% of the text was generated by a human. So that's a no again. ChatGPT has its own AI detector. Well, it says they do, but then when you open it, page not found. So that's not okay either. And then we're finally getting somewhere. So Zero GPT highlighted 95% of a text as written by AI, which is just too far. But essentially, look, this is that last bit here was written by me. This is from my PhD thesis. Got highlighted. So this is not okay. And then what do we have here? We have AI detecting-ai.com. A little bit better. It tells me 89% of the text was written by AI. But as I scroll down, this is the highlighted text. I scroll down to the bottom, and you can see that this is the bit that I actually wrote myself, and it is detected as AI. So again, this is not great. Then I used aicontentify.com, and this gave me 70% result. So 70% of our text was written by AI, which is quite close to the truth because it's 80%. But again, nothing got highlighted. So that's not good enough. Then I used Killbot with a free version. Killbot is a little bit better, tells me that 72% was written by AI, but again, nothing was highlighted. So that is not good either. And then I used Winston AI. And Winston AI you have to pay for, but they have a 7-day free trial. So this is what I'm using here. But look, it tells me that 43% of the text I've written was written by human. So which means 57% was written by AI. And now as I scroll down, so this was written by ChatGPT actually, but apparently not according to Winston. And then, this last bit was actually written by me, so that's great. But you can see it missed a lot of chunks here in the middle that were actually written by ChatGPT. So it didn't perform very well on this occasion. And now we're getting somewhere better. So CopyLeaks worked quite well. So CopyLeaks highlighted all of this text that was actually written by AI. Now this text it didn't highlight, which is a bit weird because this was also written by AI. So I don't understand why it missed that bit in the middle. Then this last bit here was also written by AI, got missed. And then finally, well, the good thing is this was written by me. It wasn't highlighted, which is good to see. So yeah, CopyLeaks is doing a little bit better here. And then we have sampling.ai. Now, unfortunately, my query was truncated and free user like me can only use up to 2000 characters per query, which is actually not much, which is like 350 words or so. So this is the text, and the top is actually written by ChatGPT, and this part was written by me. So this is actually spot on. This is exactly what was written by AI. This is what was written by me. Well, some bits are highlighted in some pale red, as in to show very low probability, but it was written by AI. But nevertheless, this is actually really good, but the downside is that it's only 2000 characters. Then from there, I moved to the content@scale.ai, and this worked very well actually. But this is only 2,500 characters, so I had to cut it down. But you can see that that top here, which was written by ChatGPT, was highlighted, and then the bottom, which was written by me, wasn't highlighted. So this is good to see. This worked quite well. But you see, this is only 305 words, and I almost reached the limit. So it is not that good. And then finally, we have GPT-0, which is definitely the winner here. So look, I was able to upload the whole text. Okay, this goes up to 5,000 characters here, which is what, like 600, 700 words. Well, I have 700 words, so it all went in. Now, all of that was actually written by ChatGPT, which is great. And the part that was written by me was not highlighted at all. So I'm very pleased with this. This is absolutely spot on. Now, as a disclaimer, what I want to tell you that, well, even though GPT-0 and then this content@scale, what do we have here? Sampling AI, copyleaks worked quite well, and to be honest, Winston did okay in the past as well. For me, I need to tell you that you can't use just one AI tool. Okay, you can't use one AI detection tool because this is a prediction system. So it's really worth trying few of them with your text to see if anything gets picked up. If you have used AI to help yourself with writing any sections, then I would definitely use a combination of these AI tools. Well, the last four that did work and did highlight, because that's really important. They really need to highlight what worked and what didn't, what was written by AI. So I would always use a combination, and in the past, sometimes, to be honest, Winston worked better for me than copyleaks or than GPT-0. On this occasion, GPT-0 was the best. Maybe they improved their algorithms, and they are very, very good at the moment. But I would always on a side of caution and use at least a couple of them, maybe even 3 or 4 of them, just to make sure that everything is okay. And I hope you found this useful. And if you did, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.